Hey guys, it is Tuesday, August 12th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. All right guys, let's jump right into it. The free VST plugins for today are as follows. So first up, we have Monster Piano. I tried to talk about this about 2 weeks ago, but there was an issue with the actual site. We'll talk about that in a little bit more details, but now I do have the means to talk about it just a little bit. So just let me update something real quick. So that's Monster Piano, and this is version 3. So next up here, we have Delay. Delay is from Sixth Sample, that is the developer, and Monster Piano is from the developer Agus Hardiman, formerly known as Monster DAW. And that is it for today. So let's jump to the download pages really quick. So first up here, we have Delay. So despite the fact that it is called Delay, it's actually a reverb plugin. It also does delay. But anybody that understands delay and acoustic science kind of understand that delay and reverb are very similar. They're like cousins. It's all about timing, kind of like comedy. So it says right here, created it says created in collaboration with Integrated Audio. Delay packs a load of features in a simple, minimalistic interface. I don't know how minimalistic it is, but okay. Diffusion for creating reverbs for small chambers and huge cinematic swells. Distortion for subtle saturation to aggressive wave shaping. Modulation for making your sound come alive, and much more. All right, so that's pretty much it. They have it for Mac and Windows, and I like using this plugin. We'll look at it in depth. So that's the download page. Go there, download it. So for this one, it's a little bit tricky right now. So I discussed this last week because I looked at one of the other plugins from Agus Hardiman last week, but I didn't get to do this one 2 weeks ago. So with Monster DAW, with Agus Hardiman, it used to be called Monster DAW, their website is currently down. And that's what I ran into 2 weeks ago when I wanted to talk about Monster Piano. And I had it in the example, the track that I was working on 2 weeks ago. The website was down and I didn't know what was going on. But finally they posted something on their Patreon page, like I discussed last week. And they now have a link to a Google Drive folder where you can download the plugins. So for now, as of the date of this video, it is still where you can use the Google Drive link to download the files for the plugin. hopefully that site will be up soon. So with the plugin, you have to go to the plugin folder right here, and you have to look for the plugin. We got Mac Windows, I'm on Windows, and right here, Monster Piano, right here, Monster Piano 3, and they have all the formats here that you need. So version 3 DLL, version 3 VST3. So once you download the actual plugin, then we have to go to the libraries folder, and you have to download the corresponding library. So in this case, for today's video, it would be this one right here, the Monster Piano V3 library. Without the library, you have no sounds. So you have to install those together, and you'll be good to go. All right, let's jump over to the DAW and see what we got going on with the example for today. So for today, right now it's just piano. I already wrote a song to this. If you look up here, you see my formatting with the markers. So full song, intro, outro, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, the works. So right now we have the piano example, and it's a fun little melody with some chords. So check it out. Here we go. So you guys get the point. So what do we have going on here? On my plugin chain, I actually have Monster Piano, and I really don't want to mess with it, but I don't think there are any presets. Yes, there are presets. So there are presets. We're not going to change that. Don't want to mess up my piano. They have plugins built right into the interface: reverb, delay, chorus, and distortion. You have your basic ADSR section here. ADSR section here. We have panning, volume, and a filter. So you can actually have high pass, low pass, or none. Right? So I also went with the DualCUT from Auto Boogie. I talked about this about 2 weeks ago, so it's not what this video is about. I actually did still put the link in the description for this, so there's a separate link just for this plugin if you still want to get it, but I'm not going to focus on it. It's a high pass, low pass filter, but I wanted to do that to give the tone that I wanted for the track. So I'm going to let you hear what the piano sounds like without it in a second. And then after that, that feeds into delay, and I'm using one of their reverb presets, but it also has delay presets. It is a pretty awesome delay. It can do both, similar to Supermassive from Valhalla DSP. So let's hear it nice and dry. So it's kind of boring. Let's go back to the more melodic section. So we added the DualCUT high pass, low pass filter to cut off some of the low end, clean up that low end area, and also to bring down some of the brightness. The piano is a little bit too bright for what I was going for. So with that applied, it sounds like this. So a little bit more subdued on the high end, and the low end is cleaned up. And then we throw that right into this reverb preset. So it just gives a little bit more interest to the sound. And based on the tweaks that I did and how I blended it in, it kind of accentuates and adds little air candy to the high end. So a couple of cool things about this delay / reverb plugin is it has ducking built in. It does have distortion, like what they said in the information. So down here we have the distortion, and you have a drop down menu, and they have all these options here. So you have saturation, asymmetry, clip for clipping, tube, rectify, crackly, lightning, amp, bumpy, razor, and pixelated. So you have all those distortion types. And then here we have modes, which is once again kind of similar to Valhalla's super massive. It's gonna cause the preset to actually react differently in the different modes. So you can have the same preset, but when you switch these modes here, it's gonna react differently. And they have this tooltip section down here. So with the tooltip section, wherever you hover, it's gonna give you information. So if you're not sure about something, like what is this PIPO, it'll tell you what it is right down there. So it's dealing with the ping pong mode. And they also let you know that that spreader, the spread setting, will help increase the stereo width perception when it's in ping pong mode. So whether you want it to feel really wide or narrow while it's ping ponging your delay and or reverb feedback tail. And one last thing that I just noticed is they have this lock here. And I wasn't sure what this did, but once again, you hover and it tells you over here what the lock does. So what it does is it locks your wet dry setting. And as you flip through different presets, your wet dry setting will stay exactly the way they are when you locked it. So under normal circumstances where the lock is not on, if you flip through presets based on what the preset was designed to do, the wet dry settings will change. So if you had a setting with the wet dry and that's how you want to audition the presets, then you can turn that lock on. It'll lock those, so those settings remain the same and everything else will still change as you cycle through presets. So I thought that was kind of cool feature, cool little detail. But interface is resizable. I think they have different skins, so you can change the color if you're into that stuff. So different looks based on what you're into, which is typical of this developer's presets, because they're also the developers for Spot On, the auto-tune-like plugin, and it does pretty much the same thing as far as they have different skin colors. So I think that's pretty much it. Check back later on this week. I'm not sure if it's gonna be tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, but when I do my next live stream, I'll have this idea fleshed out and more built out. I already wrote the lyrics to this. I'm gonna record them tonight, and I'm feeling good about this one. So definitely check back, guys. Also check out these plugins. The link is in the description. The link is in the description. So definitely check them out download them, add them to your arsenal, and see how those work out for you. All right, guys, check the link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. It's a series that I did in 2021, and I'm looking to upgrade and update that series. I seem to update it every 5 years, so it was around there. I did it originally in 2015. Times change, specs change, PC hardware changes and upgrades. So with the changes that are happening with hardware and computers, it's time to update that series again with some more updated information about PC specs and how it relates to music production. So currently I have the version from 2021 there. The old version is there too, but watch the newer one. If you want to understand how your computer works along with your DAW, the internal parts of your computer works to help power your DAW to give you a smooth experience, that series will help you understand how it all works. So if you're having issues with your setup where you're having a lot of clicks, pops, a lot of stuttering, audio's cutting in and out, it's just not playing back smoothly, your DAW keeps freezing, it keeps crashing uncontrollably very often, very unstable performance, you definitely want to check out that series because it'll help you understand what may be causing that issue and what you might need to do to fix the issue. So check out that playlist. It's about a 5 to 6 part series. Also, check out my link in the description for these videos that I do multiple times a week, my live stream videos. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, there are over 400 more videos like these where I present you guys with free VST plugins, 100% free. Also, there is a link in the description for a new series that I started this year titled 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks, I'll be releasing a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper, and those release every Saturday. I think we're up to week 33. This Saturday will be week 34. So I'm wrapping up the editing on that one now. So check out what's there so far. If you're interested in learning more about Reaper, or you might be willing or able or interested in checking out another DAW, you might be interested in switching DAWs or just learning another DAW, and you're looking for the right one to check out, that series will help you understand what makes Reaper such an amazing program, very flexible program, very feature rich. So check out that series. It'll be showing you some of the key features that makes that DAW so amazing. So that's pretty much it, guys. Check back later this week for the next live stream. I'll have that musical idea more fleshed out and more closer to a finished song so you guys can check it out. So check back this week. Thanks for watching. And as always, you'll see me in the next video.